Happy New Year, everyone. This is your girl, Sonya Buchanan with Comforting Promises Broadcast. Today, we are going to discuss the importance of writing your goals for the year and how important they are in writing those visions and seeing them move forward. So stay tuned right after this commercial, and we'll be right back because I'm excited about 2020, and I hope you are too. Welcome back, everyone. This is Sonia McKenna with Confident Promises Broadcast, and today we're going to talk about the importance of writing goals for the year. But first, I want to share with you, normally, for years, I have been looking at the perspective of 10 years and then writing goals based on that 10-year margin. But on New Year's Eve, I listened to a pastor online, and he talked about looking at your life in a 10-year perspective. And I said, oh my God, that's right. I've been doing that a couple of years now when I discovered that our fashion industry and the color scheme industry, they look at the perspective of 10 years. And I decided to look at my life in that way. What is going to happen within that 10 years, between 80 to 90 to 90 to 2000. But anyway, I was so excited to hear him talk about it, and which he gave another perspective, a clear understanding as to what I was doing within 10 years, because of course you can always glean from somebody else's land when they talk about something that you're familiar with. But listen, it is very important that you take the time and write out your goals. Right before the new year entered, I took the time out to write down goals. But it was something very important that I needed to do a little different than I normally do. I normally write out maybe 1 to 20 goals for that particular year. But this year, I decided to write my goals different. I decided to write my goals on one side. I wrote 2 columns. One column, it was goals that I was able to accomplish. And the next column was goals that I was believing God to do. And that would be something that my faith would generate with his hands moving on those goals. Something that I cannot do. It will be something that he will be able to do based on what he has revealed to me over the years. But that was the most difficult thing because it was something new this year that I decided to do. The reason why I decided to do this because I'm entering into another 10-year journey, a decade. So I said, well, why don't I just implement a divine goal setting within those 10 years and implement my 1-year goals for 2020, and that's what I did. I sat there, and they're not even. It's not 10 on one side and 10 on the other. And as a matter of fact, I had 15 goals that I wanted to accomplish for 2020 of myself, and then there were maybe 20 goals for the Lord that I wanted to pray about and ask and have his divine hand move into my life. But listen, you all, if you have children as young as 1 year old, this will be the perfect year to start teaching them about writing goals and let them think about how to write those goals and see those goals implemented. Writing goals, it helps have you focused on those particular goals the entire year. Just something about writing it down. It releases your faith, and it also keeps it in the forefront of your mind. One of the goals that I had to do this year, and I always carry it over every year, but when I carry this particular goal, which I'm going to share with you, it's always the very last one. But this year, I had to put it on the very first, like number 1. I have to lose this weight. It's just the bottom line. I have to be mindful about it. So I made sure that number 1 was lose this weight. I gained weight at the end, maybe the last 2 years, and I was doing really, really well. But then there's some transitionings that was happening in my life, and I really did not know how to process it. So I began to eat. Now, I eat healthy, but I was eating a lot of healthy, which is calories. And it's the same process. It causes you to gain weight. But that was my number one goal that I put on my goal this year. I'm not going to reveal the 15 goals with you because there was a private sectors of my life. But this is something that I wanted to come before you and share about sharing your goals on paper. And it could be between you and the paper. I've always expressed that if you will write your goals on a piece of paper or a journal, I know many of you enjoy technology, but it's writing the vision and making it plain. There's a quote that says, write the vision and make it plain. And when I read that quote, you can look at that quote on two different levels. You can look at that quote, write the vision and make it plain, and he that readeth can run with it. To me, you can look at that two ways. He that readeth, it could be somebody else reading your goals and they can run with helping you fulfill those goals. And also you reading those goals, and you write the vision on your heart being a tablet, and you can run with those as you think about those goals, as you meditate on those goals, as you plan out the goals and how you're going to accomplish whatever it is that you write down. Now, many years I had finished writing my book, The Journey, which I have it on the market. You can go to comfortandpromises.com and take a look at that book. And if you want to purchase it, you can just click on the link and it'll take you to amazon.com. But for years, I've had completed the book. And for at least 3 years, I will put it on my journey of goals to have the book edited. But it wasn't until the third year I finally said, okay, this year I have to figure out how to accomplish in getting this book published, edited. And from my beginning process, I had my first book. It cost thousands of dollars to have a book edited. But I had to think about it. I don't have $1,000 to have a book that is 350 pages to edit. And I had to think of another way, and how can I get my book edited? This is something that I'm sharing with you about goal settings, because now I wrote getting my book edited on number one, and I said, well, how am I going to do this? How am I going to implement the finances and getting the book published? But I found out, as I discovered, I found an editor who will edit my chapters, one chapter at a time, based on when I have the money to have her to edit. And she edited the book wonderfully, and I sent one chapter at a time. So that helped me, and that's one of the ways that when you're writing your goals, you start to think about, how can I accomplish these goals? What is the best way? What is the best route to accomplish the goals? And that was an example I wanted to share with you, how writing that goal of getting that book edited and published. And it finally got published the same year that I edited the book. And the editor was wonderful. In fact, she was contacting me and asking when is the next chapter is coming, because she was excited about reading the book. It was interesting to her, which made me a little humbled, because I was very pleased that she was on one accord with me. But writing your goals is very important. You don't have to have a lot of goals. You don't have to have 15 goals such as I do. You can have one goal and you can focus on that one goal. Some may have goals about painting your house, going back to school, reading a book, reading 5 books a year. But whatever it is, write your vision and make it plain. And when you read it, you can run with it. You can implement those goals into manifestations. Listen, you guys, I don't want to make the video too long, but listen, write those goals. This year, as I stated in 2019, is going to be a fabulous year. 2020 is going to be a wonderful year, as long as you make sure you write your goals, make it plain, implement it, and make it happen. Listen, you guys, I want you to visit us on confidentpromises.com and SoniaBuchanan.com, and also go to our YouTube page and click on subscribe. Okay? Send me emails. Let me know what you think about our videos, And also, you can go to our website, confidentpromises.com, click on the store, the bookstore, and select a couple of journals. They are there for you. We have many designs and styles. Listen, you guys, Happy New Year. It's going to be a great 2020. This is your girl, Sonya McKenna with Confident Promises Broadcast. Bye. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast for today. For more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to our channel by clicking on subscribe. Then click on the notification button that you will be notified when we upload videos each week. Until next time, this is Confident Promises Broadcast.